Funday Monday, where most of us aren't even thinking about the StarCraft 2 games at hand because it is almost time for Diablo 3 to come out. I thrust imaginarily into the air. I'm so delighted because few things were as awesome as my hammered in getting those stones of Jordan. Oh, what? You have a lot of gold? Do you have any runes, loser? Get with the economy. God, I love Diablo 2 so much. And then one of my roommates in college was like, I'm going to do a charged boltress. I'm like, well, that's so fascinating. Stupid charged boltress. God, slowing down my processor back when I had an old computer because he'd launch like 20 of those things every single time. And then we'd get into hell and there'd be units that were lightning immune. And he's like, I don't really want to play Diablo anymore. I kind of just want to study homework. Fucking nerd. Make a Hammerton, man. It's just magic damage. Nothing's immune. Alright, sweet. Let's go ahead and look at this game where we get to see some true awesomeness in action. It starts out as an awesome game, starts to get close, then it keeps just getting closer and closer until we just can't help but giggle. Here we go. 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 In the right corner, the enemy. No, this is actually the hero. Puppet T at the end. Puppet. Cross. Terran will be the composition. In the bottom, we do have Indoff and Fluto Flakes. Spawning is purple. This game is fairly long, so we are going to be using the ×2 to help us out. Fluto Flakes is going to be starting off again. Interesting things about this particular map. There's one starting entrance. You do have one expansion in your base that you share. And then there's this giant-ass destructible rock on this side. For some reason in 2v2, all ramps are absolutely gigantic, so there's no such thing as I will force field the ramp to defend us entirely. There's just always these giant, massive, like, hey, well, we shouldn't tech, we should just build the tier 1 units and pray. Cross now, going barracks. Puppet, also going barracks and barracks. Very standard open up with these sorts of typical plays. Indoff, opening up with the 10 pool with speed. Overall, some nice worker pairing going on. Indoff, moving on up. Bunker being placed at the back, wall off being placed at the front, and everything is as it should be. I don't want to have this production thing up too much, but at least it's not a 4v4 where that just takes up the whole frickin' screen. Any of you who aren't reading the chat right now, I will just say you should read the chat. They're discussing the architecture of the middle of the map. If you're watching on archive, hop on day9.tv/live, open the chat, and ask. It's really funny. It's really good. Big shout out to the chat. Distracting me. Wow, I can't focus on anything. Wow, screw this game. That is an anatomy lesson right there. Indoff. Indoff. Of course, as is standard, this is a pretty typical strategy. Speed Zergling Marauder. Speed Zergling into any Terran tech. Very solid just play in general, especially with this proxy here. The fast early Speed Zerglings hold off just long enough to get this brutal little composition. However, Puppet and Cross are doing another nice composition, which is only Marine. We just get barracks and start building Marines and then only make the Marines for the rest of the damn game. That's all we ever need to do. Alright, Puppet building them barracks, Puppet taking them command centers. And of course, as is standard in 2v2, Speed Zergling into Bane Zergling, into command center. All sorts of good funkiness, but I will say, given my extensive 2v2 experience, these players are total bosses. This is one thing that's really nice about the double Terran on this map. We can get ourselves up this expansion while doing a nice timing push like this. And it's not supposed to go quite that way, where we do our timing push right into a pack of Banelings. But, you know, potato, ends up working out just fine. Puppet transitioning into the double factory play. You can only get so many Marines before you start needing them tanks, them Blue Flame Hellions. Indoff will follow up with an expand. Everything going pretty typically, pretty normally. And my god, that is still totally ridiculously distracting. The center of the map. Puppet now pulling back. And I am now doing my usual play-by-play commentary. Instead of having Funday Monday fun, oh my god, I will actually just take this delightful, wonderful moment to talk about a person who I shan't call Felicity, for we never had any romantic engagements, but I will use her name, Caro. If she ever watches, if you're out there, Caro, I'm still mad. Once upon a time during the summer of 2007, I was a research assistant on a team that was using math to defeat terrorism. We were studying social graph theory, in particular, the social networks of insurgent groups and how they differ and are similar to regular social graphs, and of course how to disrupt them using mathematics. So that sort of thing. It was really cool. What this meant is that I was at Harvey Mudd campus over the summer. I had a suite, and it was me and Kevin and Devin. And Kevin and Devin and I would play all sorts of Diablo 2 and Fallout 1 and 2 and some Shining Force 3. We watched Jericho. It was awesome. Except our suite was right next to Caro's suite. And in Caro's suite was the air conditioner. The control panel for it was in her suite. Caro set it to 48 degrees. I don't know why it's legal to make an air conditioner go this low, but basically, it's one of these things where, you know how people who want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees will set it to 400? But that doesn't make any sense because it heats at a constant rate. That's like saying, wow, I want to get up at 7:30, so I'm going to set my alarm for 8:30 so I really get up at 7:30. It doesn't work like that, right? So what would happen is she would just be in her room and be like, ooh, I'm cold, and she wouldn't go out, or I'm hot, and she wouldn't go out and go, oh, it's set to 68. That's a normal temperature. She'd just go out and hit down. And then she'd go back to her room and then go out and just hit down. And then go back to her room and go out and hit down. What she never actually noticed is that the grate on her wall was not a grate. It was actually a metal solid plate. They actually didn't install the grate in her room. So no cold air was going into her room. It was going in to our suite. I would wake up at 8 in the morning because I was so cold. I would just wake up... My friend Katie lent me her bunny for 3 days while she went home. This bunny almost froze to death. It would shriek in its cage. I had this rabbit on the ground, and it would just go... Manfred's a fucking awesome bunny because I don't have to feed him and he doesn't get cold. He's just fur and cotton and beanbags, right? So there's this rabbit that it would literally scream, and I would let the bunny out, and it would go behind the heat vent to my refrigerator and sleep there. That's probably the most not safe thing in the world, and I'm probably going to go to jail for animal abuse, but I worried about this bunny. So I'd be in there, and I'd get up, and I worked from my room. So I would be wearing socks, shoes, pants with a blanket over it, shirt, second shirt, long sleeve shirt, sweater, coat, scarf. I had a scarf on in my room in Los Angeles, in San Bernardino County. It was so cold, and it was 100 degrees outside. So Kevin and I would walk on out in the middle of the morning at like 11 a.m., just like with these huge coats on, just like, people thought we were like trolling extensively every day, but in reality what was happening is that me and Kevin and Devin and Katie's bunny hated Caro. So Caro, if you ever see this, it's really warm in my house right now because I'm the one who controls the thermostat. It's always just right. I am the Goldilocks of thermostat controllers. Perfect. Cruising at 70. God, that bunny was just heinous. What a screeching, out-of-control rabbit. The rabbit's name was Bagel, but I thought that was a boring name, so I called the bunny Cookie Bunny because the bunny loved cookies. That bunny loved cookies, and I don't know if it was bad to feed the bunny cookies. I just liked how happy that bunny would get. Oh, do you want a cookie, Cookie Bunny? And the bunny would just kind of walk over and eat the cookie, and I'd be like, yes, you do. Now, Fluto Flakes is doing the standard Marauder straight into battle cruiser. Quite a typical transition in twos, and by typical, I mean awful. Puppet and his ally are going Marines and Marines and Marines and tanks and medevacs and a lot of Marines. Indoff will be building them extra hatches, and here's where we start to have fun and excitement. Holy crap, we're only 10 minutes into this game. Fantastic. So we see Puppet and Cross moving on out, getting ready to unleash the assault, and here it comes. Yep. Always a problem when you see the good old 10-minute battle cruisers. Do they have stim? One player does, the other player does not. Both have combat shield. There's the scan. Seen a couple of Marines. Puppet! The brutal, wicked, good red Terran getting ready to extend forward. Much like a handler in Ultimate Frisbee. There's the stem, his cross stems. This is, okay, let me just say, this is one of these things. This is like when you trip and then you just break into a run. So that way people don't see that you tripped. I'm gonna kill the battlecruisers. I mean the expansion. You see them cut left? No, this is what I meant to do. That's why I stemmed. I saw it cross. You can't hide. I can rewind. Expansion down. Now I'm curious if there's actually been any banter at this point. No, there's been no GLHFs. Yet both people know that there are people on the other side. It's like that weird program that connects you to a stranger and you never know if the other person's using Cleverbot. It looks like the classic battlecruiser Baneling versus Marine tank. As it turns out, battlecruisers are really good. Here it comes! Oh, the Banelings! Here comes the split! Biffing once, will he biff twice? No! Targets with the tanks like a pro. Don't you know? Cross coming in, taking out a single BC. The other battlecruisers do successfully withstand the push. So, Puppet gonna be swinging on in. Losing everything. Not looking so good. We have to come to this resource tab just to parse the game. We have the Zerg getting totally blowhard at... Oh, I'm losing frames! Oh, the frames! Where are the frames going? Come back, little frames! Frames! Hanging out, losing frames. You guys, I've been losing frames for about a minute now. Guys, stop typing. Stop. I'm muting the chat. You guys are going nuts. You guys, how do you mute the chat? I can't mute the chat. Oh no. Guys, if you can hear audio, type audio in all caps. Type audio in all caps. If you can hear me. Finally, the chat calmed down. Oh my god. Looked like the Matrix there for a minute. That was scary. Everyone's like, lag. Honestly, you know, I can understand if the video starts to cut out and people say, hey, the video's cutting out. But lag is one of those umbrella terms that people just use whenever things aren't going right. And this would be the equivalent of making a movie and then getting a test audience and sitting them down. And you want to ask questions like, were the characters well developed? Did the cinematography make sense? Was it clear where they were location-wise? Is the plot making sense and is it compelling and believable? And instead, midway through the showing, the audience just goes, bad. Hey, what was wrong with the show? Bad. Bad, alright? Bad. Fix it. Get it fixed. You need to fix your not bad machine, because it's broken, because there's so much bad happening. Looks like everything seems to have calmed down. Hey, it's Hassan from Twitch TV, giving us a good old hello. Looks like I lost 900 frames in a row at 30 frames per second. That's 30 seconds. There we go. That was good. So it looks like we lost about 30 seconds of stuff. Things seem to have calmed down, so we're going good. Let's go ahead and unmute the chat. Unmute the chat. Turning it off. Turn it off. Subscribers off. Excellent. Bad. Fix it. You're dropping frames. Why don't you fix it? People now are typing bad in the chat. That's so awesome. I love the idea of people getting excited about typing bad because slow mode is in the chat. So they type bad once and then can't type for a full minute. You only get to type at most 60 times in a daily. But let's get back to this game. We really got to speed it up. Speed it up. So because I want people to stop typing bad, I will say, hey guys, tell me either your favorite character in Supernatural or what class you're going to be playing in Diablo 3. In Diablo 3. Pluto Flakes now doing all sorts of them happy time battlecruisers. And meanwhile, in the main base, we see maximum Viking production, VVVVV. Unbelievable pickoffs on the Banelings. End off with the burrowed Baneling bomb. And of course, Puppet doing one of my favorite techniques, hiding in expansion. Now, I really have to speed this thing up, so we are going to go to ×8, where basically if Marine Tank isn't working, just start to go Marine Viking. However, we do see that Pluto Flakes is starting to amass a large Viking army of his own. He is at 1-1, en route to 2-2, and you can't kill things that can be repaired that are big. Oh, that stings. The pain, the brutal pain of losing all those units, but now the battle cruisers under a little bit of pain themselves. Vikings versus super repair battle cruisers. End off. I've seen better Marines splits in Silver League. First comment of the entire team game. Ever been on a bus, sitting quietly, looking out the window? Just minding your own business. What are we? We're at Pico? Okay, still 3 more blocks to go. And then someone says, hey, the skin on your face looks worse than a dead person's. And you're like, I was enjoying the sky, looking at it, and then you just come out with that? Oh, nice, Endoff. That is the 2v2 that we know and love. Hanging out. Hey, stranger, your face looks like a collapsed lung. What? Oh, awful. Let me go ahead and pause and just make sure that the video is looking good. Video looking okay-ish right now. I am just pausing it and making sure from Ravager that everything's doing good. If it's not, we'll just have to take a break. I'm going to go ahead and mute the chat because I have no idea what the chat's even talking about. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a break and fix all these audio lag, crashy issues. Something went awry via the internet, but we are not done with this game, and we have to go on to part 3 soon enough. Here, back with the Day 9 Daily. It's going to be part number 2, but you know what? F that. We're going to call it part 3 of this Funday Monday, because we had to take a break in the midst of part 2 because the internet doesn't love me. In the meantime, we were in the middle of this intense battle between Fluto Flakes, Puppet, Cross, End, Inbut, no, Indoff, that's right. Indoff. Potato. And there indeed we see plenty and plenty of battle cruisers. Ravager, let me know if anything goes awry, and do it by typing OMG pause the stream. We have some burrow banelings continuing to cause all sorts of burrow problems, but this is not nearly the exciting part. Everyone has seen Micro, everyone has seen Vikings kiting battle cruisers oh so sexily, and there it goes. And it looks like the banelings. I see you there, banelings. Oh, it didn't work. Indoff. Oh, Indoff. Alright, stepping ahead. Stepping ahead. Yeah, is this battle ever going to end? Look, they micro, you guys. Micro is what goes on. Back and forth, round and round. And you know, this is one of those classic, we need to expand wherever the hell we can. But with those mobile forces, we have 2 refineries just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Fluto Flakes with a heart as cold as Caro's thermostat. Ruthlessly picking off all these remaining siege tanks and friends. Now, I will say, battle cruisers, despite being, you know, a little bit clunky to deal with, when you have 5 of them and 14 battle cruisers, they end up being quite good. And I would not say the game has reached craziness status. In Units Lost tab, we see that pretty much everyone but our purple friend is doing pretty painful. Also, Puppet is losing a lot, and his poor little workers that ran up northward did betray all these hidden expansions. But while the battle cruisers are AFK, well, if we have all these Vikings, we may as well use them to kill stuff. Indoff. How many lings do you have, Indoff? It looks like he has 4 of them. And now the good old lift land. We have indecision about everything. We have to pick it up. Picking the game up, pretty standard. Killing things off with Vikings. We want to get to the awesome parts. Now, if you are in the game watching, you've never seen this game before, who are you going to be rooting for? Are you rooting for red and blue with their ridiculous amount of production in Vikings? Are you rooting for purple with a small number of battle cruisers and maximum Vikingage? But oh my god, more Vikings always beats less Vikings until battle cruisers show up. Here it comes. Here we go! Marines from Cross starting to do the counterattack. In any game, no matter where you end up going strategy-wise, it's all about dat expansion. It looks like he's going through the anatomical structure in the middle of the map, hanging out by the Zelnaga Watchtower, where it's nice and cozy. And Cross and Puppet continue to produce nothing but Vikings, anti-air, 8 Vikings at a time being produced by our superstar Puppet, who's using those mules for maximum mining efficiency. But the Death Fleet is starting to step in. Uh-oh. Pluto Flakes starting to take everything down. Meanwhile, back in the main base, Marines getting totally cock-blocked by those Vikings. But they can't help it. The Vikings are just so handsome and charming. It's not fair. It's not an even playing field. Relax, Marines. If you start bitching about it not being fair for you one more time, we'll buff you. Pluto Flushes continues. Pluto Flakes. Poke reference snuck in there. Pluto Flakes continuing to rip everything apart with all that good happy time battlecruiserage. How many battlecruisers are commanders? I count 1, 2, 1 corporal, 3. Oh, there's the corporal again. Yeah, it looks like of the 3 on the left, we have 2 commanders. Of the 3 in the middle, we have a recruit. How embarrassing. Commander, commander, commander. Yeah, they're just great at killing things. Oh, we see a hairdryer going down into the pit. My chair squeaks. And Pluto Flakes starts to clean things up. Nice kite and micro in. Puppet has to be careful. Ooh, getting picked off. Pluto Flakes totally naked. Being revealed is literally the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a human being in StarCraft 2. Even worse than winning a game, saying GG and losing. Even worse than being ahead and falling back behind, being revealed. The truly shameful thing in StarCraft 2. That's like if you're a model and they don't do the last photoshops on that cellulite. Oh no. You mean I won't look perfect? I'll look normal? Well, yeah. That's what we all want. I don't want to see how good you look Photoshop. That just makes me feel awful. Unless it's a bad Photoshop, and then that warms my heart. Looks like Pluto Flakes ripping apart the middle of the map, and if you're in Pluto Flakes' position, I guess expanding to this main base is a good place to go, go, go. Cross right now with the Stim Mariners. Puppet trying to join him. GG, says Puppet. Is this a surrender? Is he trash talking? Does he think that he won? Who's he talking to? What kind of GG is that? Because that's one thing that is weird. It's not like in war where someone holds up a white flag and you're like, does he think that he won? Or did we win? Is this... I don't know. Puppet says GG. I think he just actually thought that was the last structure, but of course, there's some bases in his base. Looks like Puppet... Oh, Puppet going for the target fire. I actually want to see, on the map, in the Pluto vision, we have a couple of overlords. And yeah, those are actually the only 2 buildings. That's actually the only 2. All right, I guess it might be a BM offensive GG. Except the one thing that I guess confuses me is that Puppet just does not have enough stuff to deal with this gigantic force and these command centers building in the main base. Oh, he gets one in the command center. The SCVs. Oh. Alright, 35 health. And it didn't even matter. I had another one. Relax, relax. I had another one. It's fine. I have 2, dude. Dude, come on. Come on, dude. I have 2. I have 2. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's not a big deal. It's not a big... Ooh. Yeah, this is the 2v2 I know and love. You know, I actually want to come back to this this critical key moment. I feel like the end-off in chat is in fact the end-off from the game saying you missed the Baneling landmines. Were there the Baneling landmines anywhere? Were there any Baneling landmines? I didn't see them. I didn't see them. Either way, Pluto Flakes, let's go ahead and look at that line again. If you type it in lowercase, it gets bleeped out, but once you hit caps lock, that's when the Blizzard filter says, no problem at all, don't worry. Here's the land, trying to target it, trying to take it out. Get out! Get out of this game, Fluto Flakes! Just building command centers, taking it out. End off with the GG. Oh, is he really talking to them? I mean, did he give up? I'm not. Is he? I mean, they have like bases and stuff, and they have like buildings like all over. I mean, Vikings are still in production, but I guess that's offensive. I'd imagine. I guess that's an offensive GG. It's not an offensive GG. It doesn't really offend anybody, but I do think it is an offensive one. Like, I'm going to attack you with my good game. There's the command center building. And it's all going to come down to a big rapid assault. Now, I'm going to start asking, who do you want to win, huh? Fluto Flakes with his purple? Or do you want the cross puppet combo? With the good old red-blue? Red, white, and blue, the colors of America. Yeah, America, you kind of forgot about France and the Netherlands and a lot of other flags. What about the Russian flag? I hear that has some red, some white, some blue, I would imagine. Let's go ahead and start placing those imaginary bets. Looks like we have a half-built command center. Good, perfect. And we also have a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh! Oh! If I look at vision, they're making the big assault at the top. There's nothing back home to defend. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you have to be kidding me. No. No. No, the turret's getting taken down. And there's the Viking land from Puppet in the unit station. It looks like Puppet has 9 Vikings in a tank. He's going for it at the command center. Starting to turn into a planetary. Oh, the regret you feel. And few things regret as hard as battle cruisers. Uh-oh, land it, land it, land it, land it now, land it now, land it now. Land it, lift it up, lift it, land it. Okay, lift it, lift it, lift it up. Lift it up into the air. He has to keep this command center alive, otherwise he'll only have a... Oh, shit. He only has this half-built command center. It looks like he... No, he has no SCVs. Puppet tries to lift, and will he get Yamato'd? No. No, everything's actually okay. Everything is okay. This planetary fortress, one of the most offensive units in this entire game. Looks like underneath here there is a command center with 356 health. Okay. Okay, looks like our Vikings trying to find some way to pierce in there. Trying to exploit that superior range, but it's kind of hard because the Vikings actually just do 14 damage per shot to something with 6 armor plating. But Cross is building them barracks. Cross is building them barracks. With all that money in the bank, Fluto Flakes starts to move out. I want to just notice how learning has occurred. Fluto Flakes bringing some Vikings a battle cruiser, leaving the rest to surround the command center. Has some other battle cruisers here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this unit tab up because the production... Get out! Says Endoff. Endoff being a little bit bad manner. And you know, I'm going to try to find... I'm actually scrubbing ahead in the replay. There's a particular usage of language that I do not approve of. There it is. I found it. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it the exact time when this is spoken, and then just come back so that way no one has to see this. All right, it happens at 4:42:35. Excellent. I'm gonna come back now. Cool. Ha. I certainly hope I don't forget. Certainly hope I don't forget. Day 9 censors everything. Couple of words that aren't my thing. If you want to say the F word or the S word or even the C word, I can understand someone saying that in a fit of rage. Fluto Flakes starting to do the damage, and you would not believe what he says here. He said, oh my god, he is using those Yamato cannons, and he just, oh, that is so offensive. Oh my god. Shut up, says Puppet. So fucking bad, says Indoff. I can't believe he said that. That is appalling. That is just, I can't, wow. How's Bronze 1v1s? Indoff, oh. Here it comes. Here comes the final fight. 12 SCVs, a siege tank, a Viking, an SCV. Here it comes. Here it comes. How's Bronze 1v1, says Indoff, but all you have is Overlords, Indoff. I wouldn't be so eager. It's down to 141, 36, 171, 46. Okay, 36 life. I heard it was tough these days, says Indoff. Indoff, giggling, chortling wildly. 10 pool, into Baneling, into only Baneling for the remainder of the game. Puppet, trying to get a base up. Cross, desperately trying to get some of them bases up too. Alright, how will they do it? How will they do it? How will they do it? Looks like Puppet. Looks like Puppet. Ooh. Does have some starports. Pretty well defended. 36 hit point command center. Puppet has been revealed. Oh, crap. There he is. He's being revealed. God, that is so embarrassing. And he cancels the depots. What are you canceling your depots for? Why are you canceling the depots? You really should not cancel the depots. Build something. Build something! He's not being revealed anymore. Come on, come on, build it, build it, build it. No, 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 be careful. Alright, it looks like Puppet is to the right of the anatomy. Puppet starting to spread himself out. There it looks like Puppet. Has to be a little bit careful. There's poking going around. There's another attempted expand. Alright, good. And in the meantime, we just have a fleet of SCVs up in mid. Oh, our starport starting to pop stuff out. We have this expansion going up, but it looks like Fluto Flakes will be able to spot it soon. The huge armada. 4 SCVs, 7 SCVs versus 8 battlecruisers, 14 Vikings. Oh no! Oh no, they snuck in the back door! Oh no! Oh, the Bronze League 1v1s, though they might be hard, as Indoff says, turns out they're more than enough to knock the win. Let's see that in instant replay. These little Vikings, we're doing our job. We're covering the front. Don't worry, we're going to kill this off. Oh no. Oh, whoopsie daisies, and here they come. Here they come. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, the command center. Oh. Maybe in the future I should Yamato. Oh god, that's just so rewarding. For someone who said something so offensive. Oh, that was so appalling. I think you should block your command center a little better if you want to get away with that. When we go into part number 3, part number 4 now, we're gonna watch a game better than that. Woohoo!